Hey everyone, welcome to the Checkered Chat. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
And I'm going to adjust my mic because I didn't do that beforehand. Anyways, we had I guess you could call it a race.
We had one of the weekends of all time.
Yeah, like this past weekend, Watkins Glen, truck race, Xfinity race, interesting. Pretty much the whole way through, just about stuff
for
happened.
Good and bad reasons.
For good and bad reasons. And then Cup was just like, here comes SVG with a shotgun to shoot everyone in the kneecaps, for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, it did end up being more of, like, it wasn't an absolute domination by him because, I mean, there were a lot of points where he wasn't leading and stuff. But still, I mean, he is now tied with Denny Hamlin for the most wins this season. He has won 4 out of 5 road courses so far. I think Blake is worn out on SVG. It's nuts. I mean, like, the thing is, I really do feel like he is, like, within the next 2 or 3 years, he's going to get the ovals. And, I mean, that's the thing. Daytona and Talladega and even Atlanta are such random when it comes to people winning. Like, a lot of times people win just because of right place, right time. I mean, look back at, not at all the same situation at all, though it would be for SVG to win. But, I mean, like, Tyler Reddick's spring last year.
Yeah, fell in his
giant wreck, and then he just happens to scoot by and makes it in.
I mean, you could go down the list of Daytona winners,
100%.
Talladega winners, and like, pick apart what had to go right for them to win.
100%. And that's the thing. I think that there is, at any point, he could be the one that just happens to be the right place, right time for that. I mean, But the thing is, and we'll get more into it, but I'm really excited to next year. It hasn't officially been announced or anything, but see him and Zilich actually racing in Cup together, because Zilich has got the ovals just about figured out.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's at 6 wins now. Granted, I know you could say he won a triangle, he won a rectangle or whatever. If you want to be that guy, go ahead. But I mean, the dude's fast. The dude's won a lot.
He could have and should have won at ovals that he didn't this year. Also.
Yes, no, 100%. I agree.
And it'll also, because we know they're not going to fix the next gen car by next year. That's not happening. We're 3 years in, still dealing with this. It's going to take some time. So it'll at least make the road courses more interesting, because if you looked at practice times and everything, SVG wasn't the fastest out of all of Cup in practice, but Zilich was right there with him.
Yeah.
He didn't qualify good, and neither did SVG, but they were neck and neck on practice times.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, I've said it, I think every road course episode, like, I'm excited for what's to come between those two. I mean, even though they're going to be teammates.
Yeah. I think Zilich will win a Cup race on an oval before SVG.
I could see it, like, 100%, because he got ovals in Xfinity.
Yeah.
And I know the Xfinity car is different than the Cup car and everything, but SVG never got the ovals on Xfinity by any means, but he obviously got the road courses and, wiped the field. But yeah, we'll get more into some other thoughts around that. News for this week. It was it ended up this week, when it came to news, like, it felt like it was uneventful until, like, yesterday.
Yeah. Also, 90% of the news is, like, weird.
Yeah, it's a lot of Truck and Xfinity news. Andres Perez is released from Spire, and he's going to Nice.
Yeah.
Corey LaJoy will be running it's 77.
Which is so hilarious.
It's wild, because it's like,
hey, you suck, we don't want you anymore, get gone, bye.
Hey, buddy,
can
you run the track?
Yeah, we need you.
Yeah.
I
mean,
they're transferring owner points from the 07 to the 77, because the 07 had more owner's points than Andres Perez running a full season just from Cup and Xfinity guys going down.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, you had Kyle Busch win Atlanta in the trucks.
Well, he won in the 7. They're still gonna have the 7.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. 07. Gotcha. Okay, I forgot that.
Or maybe it's that it merges somehow. I don't know. I just saw where the 07 points are getting transferred.
Either way, that's. I mean,
but also that's very bad timing for Andres Perez because he had like the race of his career at Watkins Glen.
Yeah,
and then he got fired.
Yeah.
Which, I mean...
It didn't sound like it was really a fire. It was just more like a...
They're downsizing.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like Spire is going to be launching an Xfinity team next year.
Well, I've seen that they're not... They're going to downsize Truck. They're not going to expand for next year, which makes me think that they're waiting on Dodge for 2027.
I could see that, yeah.
I've seen mixed reports on them going to Xfinity next year.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
they're
whatever.
They're definitely going to go to Xfinity at some point and get rid of the truck program.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they haven't, like, other than Cup guys coming down,
they
haven't done much.
Well, Raja.
Well, yes, but I mean,
but like, he's been their like shining star,
like
and
historically,
yeah. Oh,
he was transferred from a Spire truck ride and went on and done huge things.
True, very true.
Maybe it's a hot take. Flame me in comments, whatever. I don't know.
Light them up, boys, girls, whoever. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So that happened. This next thing isn't really NASCAR, but
well, I mean, it's NASCAR weekly series kind of.
That's true. Yeah. So Robbie Brewer, Bowman Gray legend. It looked like, and I saw the clip, and the announcers were like, "Oh, his throttle got hung and all this," but he actually had a heart attack and passed away behind the wheel.
Yeah.
So thoughts and prayers with the Bowman Gray community and the Brewer family.
Yeah.
And everything. That was
wild.
Yeah. Crazy to watch for sure. We already said about Corey LaJoie.
This next one, you're ready for just a little small rant?
Yeah.
Spire is reportedly eyeing Corey Haim to take Justin Haley's spot. If I'm Corey Haim, I'm saying no, I'd rather run Xfinity than get an Aspire car. Thank you. Because what does that do for his career? He's going to be on loan from a Toyota team to go run a Chevy, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Toyota, honestly, is probably going to veto this before it even comes to fruition.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
Fire Riley Herbst.
Yeah.
He never proved anything to get a Cup ride other than...
winning a few Xfinity races. I thought he won more than one.
No, he 2.
He won Phoenix.
Yeah, so he won 2 because he won Indy and Phoenix. But he literally, last half of last year, knowing that he wasn't going to have a ride next year, drove out of his mind.
Yeah.
Started winning. Not that he was like terrible in Xfinity, but he just never competed for wins like everybody else.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And also his teammate at one point was Cole Custer, who was just lighting the series on fire. I mean, yes, Cup guy going back down, whatever, but
still,
other than this monster sponsorship, he brings nothing to the table to deserve a Cup ride. And it's nothing against him. I've met the guy. He is cool. He's nice. But, like, you have a generational talent in Corey Haim. Don't waste that.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out if Riley Herbst is worth it. It's a business at the end of the day. Tough decisions have to be made.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%, because it's
also, I don't think that he's going to want to be teammates with Hocevar.
Yeah,
Hocevar cost him a championship.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. That
there's too many rabbit holes and tangents that you can dive down.
Yeah.
With why Spire makes absolutely zero. Like, I would almost think Legacy would make more sense.
Yeah, because
for him to go
with
run.
him being a Toyota development driver.
Unless Legacy's going to jump ship from Toyota, which, I mean, they're likely to. They've already jumped from Chevy to Toyota. So
True.
Who knows, but...
Yeah. Next we got Natalie Decker is returning to drive the 92 for DGM Racing in the Xfinity Series for Daytona. I saw an interesting fact about her that she'll be the second mom to race
since I think it was Shauna Robinson or something
like that. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah. But we'll see what happens with that one.
Hot take?
Go ahead.
She'll wreck half the field at least. She's awful.
Valid. Okay, 1 second. I just thought about something that I didn't put in our notes, but it involves around another female driver, Catherine Legg.
Oh, okay.
In
Oh yeah, I saw this stat.
Every single race that she's ran Cup, she has finished higher than a previous Cup champion.
Yeah.
Wild.
Take that with a grain of salt, with some of them being like Larson at Watkins Glen finished last because of a failure within the first 5 laps. But, I mean, still overall, that is
because you've got
interesting fact.
Brad Keselowski on there. You've got
Blaney.
You've got Kyle Busch. I mean, you know, a lot of them are because of, like, DNFs and stuff. Yeah. But, I mean, it's not.
She had a top 20 at Indy.
Yeah.
Like, she's shown that she can be good.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I have definitely said it on here multiple times, and I know you have too. It's about time that we actually have a really good female driver.
Not
I mean,
Natalie
there's
Decker.
Anyways, so because I remember there's a clip from, I think it was Indy. It was
where the team was talking.
The team was talking, and they're like, if we could go and test with her, like, she would be a badass. Like,
yeah.
Because I mean, that's the thing. She has a awesome resume of IMSA. She did Indy too, right?
Yeah,
Indy
she's ran the Indy 500 a few times.
Yeah, like
she's ran a lot of different cars.
She knows how to drive a car.
She was an IMSA champion, right? At one point?
I believe so. But like, if she could go and test, she would get even better.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do think that should happen.
Also, before any of you, who maybe don't know who Natalie Decker is, come for me in the comments, in whatever. Go on TikTok and search Natalie Decker NASCAR highlights and try to find Bristol, where she just absolutely wrecked herself, couldn't even drive the car back, being pushed by a tow truck. She blamed everybody else for everything, and Kevin Hamlin, who's Bowman's spotter, was like, all right, I'm taking my headset off. I don't even know why we're doing this. I'm done. And they were like, just take the car back to their garage. Go home. We're over this. We're not doing this anymore.
Should be interesting.
She'll probably be sponsored by Wawa, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I want to say they did say that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, on to the truck race. One more.
Yeah.
My bad.
So, Brad Keselowski is on baby watch this weekend at Richmond.
Oh, I missed
for him and his wife are expecting, they're expecting a child. I forget if this is like I think this is the third one. Maybe the fourth. I don't know. It's one of those two.
3 sounds right. I think.
Yeah. So the driver on standby will be, drum roll, Corey LaJoie. And the crowd goes mid.
The crowd goes mild.
I mean, honestly,
who else are you going to have on standby, to be honest?
And I mean, earlier in the year, you could have the argument and the conversation of, well, is the car going to run any different? But lately, Brad's been turning it up a notch.
Yeah.
And so,
no, I mean, that's the thing. Like, also, another thing, I mean, this will kind of might be talked about in Cup. I can't remember if I put it in or not. Brad kind of got screwed on his qualifying lap for this weekend because of Carson Hocevar. It is what it is at this point on that. But yeah, that's all we got on news for this week. On to the Wreckfest 250, sponsored by Mission Tortillas, a.k.a. the truck race. Blake, what we got going on?
So we're going to start this off, like most truck highlights, with an interesting tidbit of Corey Heim. He is now the second driver in series history to lead in each of the first 17 races of the season, the only other being Christian Eckes last year.
That's not a surprising
it's the Corey Heim Truck Series at this point.
The Truck Series brought to you by Corey Heim.
I mean, it's gotten to the point, I'm a Corey Heim fan. I like Corey Heim. I root for other people to beat him because it gets so boring sometimes.
Yeah, no.
Which, I mean, honestly, this year could be like Max Verstappen F1 level dominance if he doesn't get wrecked at some races and have bad luck.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. Because it has been an absolute, like, there is no doubt that he's going to win the championship.
Well,
I say that, but
we have a stupid playoff format where somebody could wreck him like Hocevar did that one year.
Yeah.
And he could leave the Truck Series being arguably the greatest Truck Series driver ever and not have a championship.
Yeah. No,
Thanks, NASCAR.
Fix the playoff format, please. For the love of God. Anyways,
So, getting into this absolute dumpster fire. Lap 12, William Lambrose stalls his truck after passing through the bus stop from 29th, bringing out the first caution of the day. Lap 14, Kyle Busch goes behind the wall with a broken steering box. That doesn't bring out a caution. We mentioned last week about all the Cup guys running. And
Yeah. Also, Buescher,
he had something happen at the beginning of the race because
I must have missed that.
He was like 6 laps down, and there's no way.
So I'm going to throw it out there. I did not watch this live. I watched the highlights. I was at Grade A 2025. Shout out all my Suicide Boys fans out there. If you listen, if not, anyways, if you see me out at a concert, come say hey. Anyways, continue. Sorry, that's what I was doing.
No. So, stage 1, uneventful, other than the caution and Kyle Busch. Corey Heim wins stage 1, his 15th stage win of the season.
Yeah, that was nuts to hear 15. That's crazy.
You get 1 playoff point per stage win. And if the playoff points are the same in truck, you get 15 playoff points for winning the regular season championship.
Mm-hmm. So which he's going to win.
Well, he already did. He locked it up early, like last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's already locked up the regular season championship.
Damn. I did not realize that.
So he has 30 playoff points at least, not including wins. I mean, he has insane numbers of playoff points.
The thing that's crazy is he could go, theoretically, not race any race till the championship and make the championship for it.
Probably.
Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like literally, that's what could happen.
Yeah. So then we get to lap 33. Chandler Smith pits from around 20th with damage from contact that he got the lap before. Gets new tires put on, goes back out. Lap 34, his truck begins smoking just like crazy as he goes up through the S's. Then he goes back down pit road, and they figure out he has a broken fender brace because that tire also got cut down. And they have limited tires that you can run like in the lower series. So, I mean, you just burn through 2 of your sets of stickers.
Yeah.
You're
screwed.
Lap 36, Jack Wood crashes in turn 2. So like the beginning of the S's from 24th. I couldn't find anything, but I believe the way it looked, it had to be a tire or suspension failure because, I mean, it just straight left into the wall.
Yeah.
Pretty bad hit.
That's what, if that happens or if you have complete brake failure, that's what would happen.
Yeah.
Versus Larson in the beginning of the Cup race because they were talking about, his brakes went out. And it's like, he had some brakes because he didn't just go straight into the tire barrier. But
didn't pull a Jimmy Johnson way back.
Or Cody Ware at Chicago.
Yeah.
Just absolute piss missile into it. Anyways, continue.
Okay, so lap 40 on the following restart, Lane Riggs spins from around 8th after Frankie Muniz dives into turn 1. That also collects Timmy Hill and Grant Enfinger.
Not Malcolm.
Yeah. Malcolm really dove it in there in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
Best I got.
Everybody hates Malcolm.
So at the end of that lap, coming to the finish of this, or I think I didn't put who won stage 2. Oops.
I'll find it.
Yeah. Because I believe this was coming to the end of the stage. Connor Zilic is in 3rd, and Jake Garcia locks up his brakes or dives it in too deep, something along those lines. Spins out Zilic in turn 6, and Zilic gets stuck in the sand trap.
Heim.
Okay. So Heim sweeps the stage.
Wait, no. I lied. Ben Rhodes won.
Ben Rhodes.
My bad.
Ben Rhodes.
Sorry.
Okay. Zilic got stuck in the sand trap. By the time they got there, got him out, he'd lost a lap, so that kind of messed his day up. On to lap 47. Parker Kligerman slows in turn 5 with a flat left rear tire, but he's able to make it back to pit road. I only really included that one because that sucks to see when he runs such a limited schedule.
Yeah.
Lap 60, debris caution after Tony Breidinger blows the motor and
catches on fire.
I mean, it was an absolute fireball.
Yeah.
But she does make it onto pit road. she was running 17th at the time, so that kind of sucks because if she
would have been a good finish for her.
For it, that probably would have been her first top 20.
Yeah.
Maybe top 25, honestly.
And for that to be a road course, too. Yeah. It was pretty nuts.
Lap 64. This is where it
downhill.
falls off a cliff. Grant Enfinger slams the barrier on the exit of turn 7. He starts plummeting positions. Doesn't bring out a caution. Just noteworthy, huge contact incident. Lap 65, Tanner Gray crashes on the backstretch from 7th after... I believe he was spun by Ty Majeski. I mean, I put contact, but I think it was pretty. That destroyed his truck, brings out a caution. I mean, the whole front end was gone. Just smashed in, hoses everywhere, bad. Lap 69, Christopher Bell dive bombs Andres Perez in the bus stop, which causes both of them to run wide, start, bleeding positions, and then after that, Ben Rhodes spins off turn 6 because he loses a left rear wheel while running 12th, makes very hard contact. Boom. Caution. So now, this is the first truck race at Watkins Glen to end in overtime. Because what's a 2025 truck race without overtime?
Yep.
So, lap 73, overtime number 1. Connor Mozak, Andres Perez, and Dawson Sutton spin exiting the bus stop. And then, after the caution comes out for that, Christopher Bell comes on the radio and reports he's out of fuel and pits. So that then ends the chance of Christopher Bell winning the race.
And then also ends Andres Perez's historical day for him.
Because, I mean, he was up there battling with Bell.
Yeah.
He looked... I don't think he would have... I mean, the right things happened, he could have won. But he definitely was en route for a top 5. I feel confident.
Yeah.
So then lap 77, overtime number 2. Connor Mozak spins at the exit of the bus stop, collecting Grant Enfinger and Jake Garcia. So Grant Enfinger's crappy day got worse, and Jake Garcia got his get back for wrecking Zilich.
Yep.
Overtime number 3, and I promise you this is the last one. Corey Heim gets away with the lead. Daniel Hemrick slots in second, and in the most shocking truck news ever, he races him clean and just finishes second rather than diving it in and wrecking him.
Yep.
I mean, who would have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it?
Which, honestly, it's kind of sad that I have to, include that as, a big round of applause to Daniel Hemrick. But,
it's just,
in this day and age,
it's just truck series racing. The newer generation of racing, it's just all take, give.
Here's the thing. If he's closer to him and he has the opportunity to bump and run... you pull a you pull a SVG and Buescher last year, fair's fair, hard racing for the win. But he's not close enough, but he is close enough if he really wanted to just absolutely pull a Austin Hill and go bowling at the Glen.
He went bowling, all right.
So your winner is Corey Heim, and then rounding out your top 10, Daniel Hemrick comes home second. Giovanni Ruggiero third. Christopher Bell somehow
manages for fourth.
That just tells you how interesting that race was. Tyler Ankrum fifth. Sammy Smith sixth. Ty Majeski seventh. Connor Zilich all the way back up to 8th.
Yeah, that was one thing I was going to say was that's nuts that, he had that incident where he's over in the gravel pit and it's now he finishes 8th. And
which... I mean, probably could have finished higher. I think, just in the hornet's nest of some of those restarts,
Yeah, for sure.
Matt Mills finishes 9th, so two trucks, I should say, in the top 10 for Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lane Riggs finishes 10th. And then that was a good run for Stuart Friesen's team, the 52 truck, having Bell finish 4th. And then... as we know, next week, that will be filled by Caden Honeycutt for the remainder of the season, which I believe he had an issue pretty early in the day that knocked him out.
I want to say there was something that happened. I can't remember exactly, but yeah. So that's all we got on the truck race. Xfinity.
On to a slightly smaller dumpster fire.
Slightly. I mean,
there's one or two huge incidents that
I would say
that
less,
puts it on the same level.
Less fire, but bigger fire. Does that make sense?
No. Yeah. I think you'll understand that by the time we get done with this.
No, you definitely.
So stick around.
Yeah.
So we start this one off on lap 4. Ryan Sieg and Josh Bilicki make contact in turn 6, battling for 26th. And then, so that brings out the caution. To make things worse, under the caution, when Ryan Sieg goes to pit on lap 7, he gets penalized for being too fast entering pit road. So you kind of get spun by Josh Bilicki, kind of a racing incident, whatever. And then just to add insult to injury, you get a speeding penalty. So your day kind of is screwed from the jump. Lap 10, Anthony Alfredo and Thomas Annunziata spin in turn 6, battling for 19.
What a last name.
Yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Not that you listen.
Annunziata.
It has to be.
Annunziata?
It has to be one of those two.
A Miata.
Mazda Miata.
Mazda Miata.
But both are able to continue. And then on lap 20, Justin Allgaier picks up the stage 1 win. Lap 25, Thomas Annunziata spins in turn 7 from 30.
I have a thought real quick.
Yes.
Justin Allgaier, well, I feel like he hasn't been necessarily winning races.
He's just been very consistent.
Consistent with stage wins, 100%. That's, let's be honest. This year, I really do think that the Xfinity Championship is going to go to JRM again.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form, whether it's Zilich or it's Allgaier.
Which we'll get into the Zilich side of that one later.
Yeah, no, there hasn't been much said that I'm interested.
Yeah.
But anyways, continue.
So, lap 25, Thomas Annunziata spins in turn 7 from 30th after contact with Stephen Parsons. Lap 28, Blaine Perkins slows with the left front tire down, but he's able to make it back to pit road. There's a reason why that's on there. Lap 38, Daniel Dye slows from 14th with a left front tire down, but makes it back to pit road. A lot of tire issues in the lower series.
Yeah, definitely.
Lap 40, Connor Zilich wins stage 2. And then on lap 45, the restart, Christian Eckes plummets from 10th and ends up pitting. Honestly, I don't think we ever really figured out what happened or caused such a drop-off in performance that quickly. Lap 49, Matt DiBenedetto goes wide in turn 6 while running 18th and then pits saying that he has a broken shock, so that essentially ends his day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if he went behind the wall or not. I feel like he did.
I think so.
If the shock was broken, he would have had
to. For sure.
Lap 52, Sheldon Creed gets wrecked between turns 5 and 6 from 16th while pit stops are happening, and Jesse Love is able to beat SVG off of pit road. Who wrecked Sheldon Creed? I couldn't, I ran out of time to rewatch the highlights today.
I watched the highlights today and I couldn't tell who it was. He just got turned by someone. I can't remember.
Which
I could probably find it. Keep talking. Yeah. I'll look.
So the interesting part about that is, sorry, I keep hitting your foot.
You're good. No worries. Little footsie don't hurt nobody. That'll be in the out of context.
So that part of the track is hard for the spotter to see. So they're all debating, is the car killed? Is it not? How bad actually is it? And then they're like, well, he's trying to drive it back to pit road and he spun out. Pretty sure it's up and the window net's down and he's getting out. Okay, yeah, we're done. So.
Okay, lap 52.
I mean, there's the car backwards.
Yeah, it literally doesn't say.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
anyway, somebody
dumped him pretty good. Lap 56 on the following restart, Jesse Love runs wide in turn 1, which allows SVG to take the lead. McDowell moves up to 4th, and Zilich, off of turn 1, gets trapped in a 4-wide battle, but is able to make it up to 6th. On to lap 58, William Sawalich and Nick Sanchez make contact, battling for 6th, giving Sawalich a major tire rub. On lap 65, Zilich and SVG. So Zilich has been running SVG down, and SVG has been holding him up. So they finally get to turns 5, or they start battling in turns 5 and 6. In 6, basically, at least in my opinion, it looks like Zilich tries to shoot it in deep to outbrake SVG. That's why he's wide. Well, it's a racing incident. Is it more on one than the other? It kind of depends on which way you want to look at it.
Basically, so I listened to Dale Jr. Download today, and SVG was on there, and he was like, yeah, it was kind of both our faults.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Because the common thing in other racing series around the world is if someone goes off track, that's their problem.
Yeah.
But NASCAR, it's kind of like common courtesy to hey, let them back on the track. And SVG did, but he gave him as much room as he could, but that was it. Like,
yeah. Basically, at least in my opinion, from watching it, what it felt like to me was SVG kind of left room, but also didn't really leave enough room for Zilich to get back. And then Zilich is kind of chasing the car coming back on. So it's kind of a collision course, and then SVG gets spun. Which, I mean, in that moment in time, in the post-race interview, I obviously can understand SVG's frustration, but I do feel like he probably went back and watched that and was like, well, I probably was as much to Ms. Zilich on that.
I could see that.
Which, I mean, sucks because that could have been a really good battle for the win later on.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, JRM on JRM violence is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot this season, and somehow they're still dominating.
Every season.
I mean, true, yeah.
Usually they go to a super speedway, and then they're four of them are in the top 6, and then they just go crazy the last 2 laps.
Yeah, and somehow Justin Allgaier is the one who gets the short end.
Yeah, and then Austin Hill wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Austin Hill.
Yeah. So basically from that, the SVG takes a really hard hit. It lifts the whole car off the ground, ends his day, junks the car. So then now we go to lap 69. Connor Zilich and Austin Hill start on the front row. Austin Hill, just doesn't even try to make the corner. Austin Hill doing Austin Hill things, just moves Connor Zilich out of the way in turn 1, drops Zilich back to 5th, and then a debris caution comes out in which Zilich drives back around the 3 cars in between them to hit Hill under caution. Which, don't do that, but, also thank you. Now, lap 74. Austin Hill attempts murder on Michael McDowell between
once again.
turns 5 and 6, rather than using his head and lifting. Because let's be honest here. This is not the SVG and Zilich where both sides are to blame.
Yeah.
You could slightly put a little bit on McDowell, but also, in what world are you on the outside of somebody that far off the track thinking,
you're going to make it?
The guardrail comes in.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it.
Yeah.
He's not just going to pull over and let you in.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to. You stuck your nose out there and did that. That's on you.
Yeah, 100%.
Intentional or not, because let's be honest, you don't know anymore because he's intentionally wrecked so many people and he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt from anyone.
No, this is the thing. I don't think that wasn't on purpose, but he definitely could have done stuff to avoid it. That's the best way I can describe it.
I think there was some intention behind it. I don't think it was the same as the Almirola deal. I don't think it was 100% intentional. Why, lift, get behind him, live to fight another day. You were fast. Austin Hill was up there.
That's the thing. I text Blake, I feel like, during every single road course, and I'm like,
what's a polar bear doing?
Why is Austin Hill running so good? What's a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
Yeah.
He always tends to run really well on road courses. If you think back to Portland last year, him and SVG.
And Sonoma.
Shoot.
So
he just turns into, Earnhardt on road courses somehow.
Yeah. So ultimately, McDowell comes on the radio, and can't blame him at all because that's exactly the other thing too is that part of the track spotters are not, which I kind of feel like they need to fix that sometimes.
Yeah.
It just feels like a liability. But spotters can't see that part of the track very good. So, you do kind of have something to fall back on of McDowell didn't know he was out there, and then Hill probably thought that that McDowell knew he was there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
there was
that was just a stupid move.
I can't remember it. I believe it was one of the C brothers. I think they're brothers.
Yeah.
His car caught McDowell. I think it was McDowell's car in the windshield. And
that was Ryan Ellis. That was a 71.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It was Ryan Ellis.
But he might have caught the C. Because there was one, if you watched really far back in the wreck, somebody got rear-ended and the whole rear of the car shoots up. So I think that's what got the windshield.
Okay, I didn't know this, that our cars have halo bars, apparently.
Yeah.
There was pictures of the car afterwards. I think Brake Hard put them up or something like that. The halo bar was broken. The windshield was in like this. I mean, Ryan Ellis is really lucky that he's alive, honestly. Because, like...
I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you can only engineer something so good where, like, because this is a freak accident.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's the main reason I say we need spotters there, because, like, you have the idiots on, like, well, they couldn't see the smoke and the debris and know that. Yeah. You can only check up so fast in a race car.
Yeah, I mean, you're going
to the carousel probably pushing 100 to 120.
Stopping at that rate of speed is much different than stopping at the rate of speed of 55 miles an hour or something like that.
The whole track's turned into a parking lot at that point. Everybody's wrecking everywhere. I mean, so from the initial contact, he gets hooked. McDowell gets hooked. He goes head-ish first into the left side barrier and then shoots back across the track, hits the right barrier, car flies up, wheel comes off, wheel puts a hole in the front of Sawalich's car. Mm-hmm. Everybody's everywhere. I don't know the first two people that made some of those people that made it through. I mean,
props to them.
Congratulations for.
I'll tell you this: NASCAR is very lucky that their engineering is good when it comes to safety.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, not saying they're lucky because the car didn't do what it was supposed to. The car did what it was supposed to. But, like, I mean, if you saw the picture, I don't think I've ever seen a windshield in like that. No. Like, especially.
You put a hole in it.
Yeah. I mean, straight up, I mean, you can tell, like, you know, they're designed to take so much force, but, I mean, they're not designed to take an entire freaking...
like the underside of a car.
Yeah.
Probably like the fuel tank or something, honestly.
I mean, it's nuts, but yeah. But anyways.
So, included in that wreck, which, mind you, after all of these people have been included in the wreck, Austin Hill gets minimal damage and still can't win the race. So, props to you for doing nothing, essentially, other than ruining half the field's race. Jesse Love, Preston Pardis, Daniel Dye, William Sawalich, Kaz Gralla, Dean Thompson, Jeb Burton, Kyle Sieg, Ryan Sieg took the whole family out. Anthony Alfredo, Nick Sanchez, Taylor Gray, Ryan Ellis, and Josh Bilicki.
Yeah, 45-minute red flag for cleanup.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is, like, they're hitting Armco, like, steel barriers.
Yeah.
There's no safer barrier, which I understand because it's a road course. You're not, but this is like one of the fastest sections of the road course, other than like the back stretch coming up from the S's before you get in the bus stop.
Yeah,
this is and the front stretch. So I mean, it's one of the three long straightaways of it. And you know this track does get called the super speedway of road courses.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But that's also not the first like wild wreck that McDowell has been involved in on that part of that racetrack.
Yeah.
I believe it was Ryan Newman got shot across the track, and then McDowell got in the aftermath of it, got spun. The rear axle flew out of the car, and then his car went through the catch fence.
Yeah.
Rear end first and got hung.
What year was that?
11 or 12, because that was around.
I think I've seen. Yeah, I think I've seen the video. Then.
Yeah. It was a Gen 6 car. I know that. He was running for, like, Levine Family Racing or something at the time.
Yeah.
I know. I'm a nerd.
We literally have a NASCAR podcast. No dull, we're nerds. I mean, if you're surprised at this
point. But I mean, like, just making the crazy pull of, like,
Levine he was racing.
Family Racing. Yeah, he was in the 95 car. Oh. Yeah. It was sponsored by some, like, Christian radio station, if I'm not mistaken, if we really want to get...
0.7.
If you're around Atlanta, you know.
R.I.P.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they're not a thing anymore.
So now, on lap 77, under caution after the red flag is lifted, Nick Sanchez crashes into the tire barriers after, again, I'm not 100% sure, couldn't really find a whole spot. Had to be either a tire or a suspension failure.
Yeah, it was funny in the highlights of this. It was just like right after this and then the next thing on the final restart. It just shows him going in the tire barrier. They don't say, like, anything, and they just cut to the restart. Yeah. Like, we don't know how to explain this.
So then, lap 79, on the final restart, Austin Hill is second, but chooses to start behind Connor Zilic. Literally, I think he probably talked himself off the ledge because he'd already moved him once and he already tried to kill somebody. So maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe
and he was just suspended for a race.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't learned, he'll never learn.
Yeah.
Like, just park him the rest of the year. Whatever. I don't really care. But so that gives Sammy Smith the front row, who takes the lead off of turn 1. And then Parker Retzlaff spins from right around 13th in turn 1, no caution. Zilich retakes the lead on the backstretch. Then Carson Quatful and Eckes make contact, battling for 5th, exiting the bus stop. Connor Zilich is able to maintain the lead, and he goes on to win the race. The rest of your top 10 includes Sam Mayer second, who is kind of on a hot streak right now. Like you win one, you finish second, but like that's big momentum. We're getting close to the playoffs.
Yeah, no, for sure.
This feels like a Penske kind of year. Like, you've been all right through the year. You kind of maybe have flown under people's radar, but then, like, playoffs are about to come. Let's turn it up. Sammy Smith finishes 3rd. Austin Hill finishes 4th. Whatever. I mean, I'm very tired of him.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're not talking about an 18 to 21-year-old who's learning the ropes or, like, this is a grown man with a family who still acts, honestly, he drives worse and acts like more of a toddler than the rest of the Xfinity field put together.
Yep.
Carson Quatful finishes 5th. Allgaier finishes 6th. So that's
3.
Well, you have Zilich, Smith. So that's all that full-time JRM cars in the top 10. I was trying to think of the right way to put it because I knew SVG wasn't. But Austin Green finishes 7th, which, I mean, round of applause. Makes it through all the accidents right. Yeah. Play strategy good. He is a good road racer. That's why he mainly gets his starts on the road course. Christian Eckes finishes 8th. Brandon Jones and Harrison Burton 9 and 10 kind of just feel like the driver that you kind of forget about sometimes, but they're always hanging around the back half.
Yeah, the top 10.
Top 10.
Especially Harrison Burton. Yeah. I mean, he's had he's
going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, from coming down from Cup, like he's had a really good year.
Coming down from Cup, going to drive the car that looked absolutely terrible, which I think now more than ever we're learning probably was more to do with Hailie Deegan than the car.
Yeah.
But also, it's probably not the greatest car either, if we're being honest. Because if this was on par with let's say like a JGR, like not the top, like, because I feel like you could kind of change out 2 and 3 in the pecking order of like JGR or RCR.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if this car is on that level, he has multiple wins by now.
Yeah.
He's disrupting a little bit of like the top of the leaderboard between Zilich and Hill and Allgaier. But I mean, overall, going back down, helping a team build back up, great year so far.
Yeah. No, 100%. On to the Cup race.
For once, thank God we have a car that puts on an absolute snooze fest, because I couldn't handle it after Friday and Saturday of that.
How are we missing this?
Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say, my bad.
I forgot to put it in the notes because I was like, I'll remember. In
Victory Lane, Zilich falls celebrating, breaks his collarbone, and knocks himself out.
I won't include all of the language and stuff because you can go find this on Junior's podcast. It was Door Bumper Clear had Zilich.
Yes. Yeah.
The first thing he asked, like when he got back to, or as he said, when I came back to life, hilarious.
Yeah.
He was like, so kind of like, what happened? And then he was like, I'm fine. Like, let me get up. And they're like, no, we're going to stretch you out of here. And he's like, oh, I don't want everybody to think I'm just an absolute pansy.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, he if you're familiar with Door Bumper Clear, you'll know they do the Shit Show Hall of Fame every week. And he literally, when he walked in the studio, was like, you guys can go ahead and nominate me for that because that was bad. I mean, but apparently there was rumor of there being a rule coming out that was going to be that they couldn't climb on the door frame anymore. But that NASCAR put out a thing saying they're not changing anything to rules on celebrations.
Which, I mean, so the language, it sounded like from what all I saw, they did talk in the Cup like pre-race drivers meeting, like, hey, let's probably not do that today. SVG, he won, like we've already said. He's also a very large man. Yeah. He just swung his leg out and stood up and was like, yep. Mm-hmm.
And also that apparently is the way he always gets out of the car.
But it is funny, like, not fun. It's ironic that, like, the day before his teammate has that, and then he just, like,
yeah. Well, this is where the issue lied with Zillage getting out. Was
the window net.
Yeah, the window net was outside, so he stood onto the window net, and that's what made him slip.
You can kind of see, too, when they start throwing the water is when he falls, so water, window net.
And then also, I felt like the little, like, the Xfinity Series logo, like, topper thing they put on the car was a little close to where he was. I feel like it's more in the middle.
Yeah.
This was like, it didn't seem like he had a lot of room, but I mean, dude, I thought that
I thought his leg was broken.
Yeah,
the way
because it got hung behind the headrest.
Which that's what he even said on Door Bumper Clear was like, I'm surprised that I didn't hurt my leg, because, like, I'm falling and I'm thinking, I broke my leg.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was wild because, like, the race finished, I can't remember. I think me and Mal had to go do something or something. I can't remember what was going on. I turned it off. Then Blake texted me. He's like, did you just see that? And I was like, no, what happened? And he's like, Zillage just ate it getting out of the car. And I was like, I thought to myself, I was like, oh, he like I saw the video on Instagram. I was like, no.
He clean knocked himself out, broke his collar. Like, that's bad.
Yeah. Which he underwent surgery this past week.
Still haven't heard anything. I don't see him being back for the start of the playoffs.
I don't know, man. Because apparently the collarbone injuries like that, because I've broke my collarbone before, but I don't know if he fractured it. It sounds like he just clean broke it. Like, I've fractured mine. I've never clean broke it. But apparently if you clean break it, you go in, you get a plate put in, and their plate, screws, all that. And, I mean, SVG said to him, he was like, yeah, man, I've had that same injury, and I was back. I had a week off, and I was back racing the next week.
So there's a chance.
He's like, it's uncomfortable when it comes to, like, the straps and everything, because you can feel the screws and everything. But, like, yeah, that'll make your butt pucker hearing that. But, like, it's one of those that, like, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
I mean, he smacked his head against the concrete, so,
Yeah, so, I mean, we'll see. Definitely is not a bad thing that they are off for Richmond.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think, honestly, too, while you're at it, just sit Daytona out. You have 6 wins.
Yeah.
Do not get in the car at Daytona. The last time you got in a car at a super speedway, you got hooked and you got hurt and you missed a race. Just sit it out.
Yeah.
Make a business decision.
Come back for the playoffs.
Yeah. But, I mean, last time he got hurt, he came back and went on an absolutely generational run, which ended with him getting hurt. So if history repeats itself...
What if he comes back and it's just absolute dog water? Like...
Yeah, I mean, there is that potential.
I don't think so.
What if he came back and won every single race in the entire playoffs en route to winning the championship? Like, nobody else won anything. He just was like,
That'd be crazy.
No, not happening.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, it'd be nuts. On to the Cup race. This was a snooze fest.
Spoiler alert.
The
next-gen car sucks.
I believe it was Dale Tanhart posted something. He's like, I'm really glad that we did have, like, a snooze fest, because we've had just constant wreck, overtime. So... Yeah. I mean...
For once, it was a welcomed thing.
No, for sure. So, yeah, you had Blaney, my boy, winning the pole.
What's a polar bear doing?
Yeah, no, seriously. I saw that. I was like, oh, my God. Like...
Yeah, I was watching qualifying at work, if you are my boss and listening.
No, he wasn't. I have proof. I was there getting a service provided at the time. Have we ever said what you do for work?
I change oil.
Yeah,
and do emissions testing.
Yeah, I was there.
I'm a lube tech.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, like, first thing that happens in stage 1, lap 6, Larson spins in turn 1, having brake issues, and then just heads straight to the garage. And
like Mexico, goes to the garage, is never in contention for the race, and somehow ends up with the fastest lap.
Yeah, no, I mean,
he's just out there running qualifying laps all by himself at the back.
Yeah.
The only reason that's important is for the point that you get, and that could help him in the battle for the regular season.
Yeah. I realized on here that I didn't actually put who won the stages. Wow. That's crazy of me. So I will pull those up.
You want me to pull that up and you kind of...
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much the majority of stage 1 right there. I mean, like, you had, lead changes from...
Like pit stops?
Yeah, pit stops and stuff. I mean, it was kind of a Blaney versus SVG off the stages. Yeah. I mean, or within this stage.
So Buescher wins stage 1.
That's who it was. Yeah, you kind of thought towards the end of this race that we were going to get close to a repeat of last year.
Which I would have been here for.
Yeah, no, 100%. So on stage 2 restart, sorry, y'all, good Lord, you have Buescher, Priest, Elliott, Blaney, SVG, Briscoe, Chastain, McDowell, Bell, and Byron make it back up to the top 10. Or actually, never mind. Sorry. They make up the top 10. That's my bad. SVG ends up taking the lead. Surprise, surprise. Larson comes back out from the garage. How many laps down? 30, 40 laps down?
Had to be. Something like that. I don't honestly remember.
Yeah. Josh Berry getting spun.
I'll be 100% honest. I think I was asleep during this part of the race.
Yeah. It was... Oops. Good Lord. I can't remember who it was that spun him. Either way, yeah. He gets spun, he's out of caution. Took pretty heavy.
It was, wasn't it Ty Dillon?
Yes. Yeah. No, you're right. It was Ty Dillon. Yeah, so Barry gets spun. Also, Barry was on a heater at the beginning of the season. I feel like just ever since, like, Chicago, he's just kind of been on a big old lull. We'll
see if he kind of picks up the Penske trend of, like, the playoff start and heats back up.
I mean, it could happen for sure. And I can't remember where exactly this is, but I think it was in stage 2. Ty Gibbs decides to be a whiny little crybaby.
Oh my God.
With none other than Chris Gabehart as his
who was
crew
having
chief.
Absolutely none of it.
Yeah.
And as you should, put the little boy in his place.
Yeah, no.
Sit him in the corner, give him timeout. He essentially just claps back and says, "We'll worry about the strategy. You just drive the car faster."
Well, he said, he's like, dude, you can come and if you want to make that call, come to pit road, go ahead, but you need to focus on driving faster.
Yeah.
That's basically it, what he says.
Which, if you're new here, I don't like Ty Gibbs and Justin.
I don't either.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, no, I've never liked the little boy.
I mean, it just, if his last name wasn't Gibbs, he would not be at Joe Gibbs. He doesn't deserve the car.
Yeah.
I mean, hot take, give that car to John Hunter Nemechek and it has a win this year.
Wow. Yeah.
Give that car to Eric Jones that has a win this year.
No, I agree. I mean, that's the thing. I think you put anybody else. Here's the proof. Briscoe.
Literally. Briscoe's a way more talented race car driver than Ty Gibbs in every way, shape, and form.
100% yes. But
you take him where you're like, oh my God, is he even like good enough to be in the Cup Series? He's kind of like, okay, he won Darlington. That was a really good feel-good moment. He makes the playoffs. You put him in a JGR car, and I mean, now he's prime Ryan Newman on qualifying.
Yeah, seriously.
Has outperformed Martin Truex
last year.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And honestly, his last two.
Yeah. No, because I mean, the year before he won Sonoma, right?
Yeah.
And
I think that was literally it.
Yeah.
We might be wrong, but
yeah. But yeah, like, I mean, seriously, I think you could put Cody Ware in that car.
Well, we'll stop there. That might just be us really not liking Ty Gibbs.
That's true. Good point. Anyways, you could put anyone from like some pretty...
Put Corey Heim in that.
Yeah.
That car is going to run insanely better.
100%. That's the thing. It's like, I think there just needs to be
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, but there needs to be a serious talk because it's embarrassing to the name that Joe Gibbs has built in NASCAR.
And then also, here's another hot take. I'm feeling, steamy right now with my takes.
You are.
Yeah.
Continue.
Thank you.
You got a fever or something? I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
So, he gets grouped in the same category as Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon does not deserve that at all. Austin Dillon has won 2 crown jewel races.
Yeah.
He has won the Daytona 500, and he has won the Coke 600. Say what you will about that, him wrecking Almirola for the win for the Daytona 500. Almirola threw a stupid block. Almirola deserved to get spun there. I'm sorry. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
What, 9 years later?
Yeah.
But, like, Austin Dillon is a way more talented race car driver than Ty Gibbs will ever be.
Yeah.
I mean, call me crazy, but the dude won an Xfinity Series championship. I think he won a Truck Series championship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's won crown jewels. He's also won a race.
Yeah. That's another thing.
And, like, he's been in RCR equipment the whole time. He's not in Gibbs equipment. Yes,
Yeah.
RCR was better earlier in his career when he was winning, but, like, he's not doing great right now. No secret. Other thing, too, maybe we could talk about, okay, is Kyle Busch washed? Maybe a little bit, but also he's 15th in this, or, like, he's right around 15th to 18th, depending on if you look at playoffs or regular season, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's been in the 15 to 20 range of points this year.
Yeah.
Fluctuating. In a car that Austin Dillon has 28th in points. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, they're the same thing. Let's be 100% honest.
Yeah.
But, again, Austin Dillon deserves better than to be compared to Ty Gibbs. Because also, outside of, if you want to make the Richmond argument last year, when has Austin Dillon just absolutely lost his mind and just, like, because Ty Gibbs is almost on the level of Austin Hill when it comes. Well, he might be worse, honestly, in some aspects of, like, the crybaby level.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
No,
this
I
is the
agree.
same guy that junked his teammate in the Xfinity Series when he didn't need to, because his teammate was going to make the Final Four, and that was going to have him a better shot at winning the title, which, spoiler alert, he won anyways. But that would have had 2 JGR, 2 Junior, rather than 3 Junior, 1 JGR.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Sorry.
no, you're good. Basically, towards the end of this, SVG pits from the lead. Blaney takes over P1 and wins stage 2.
Yes.
So going into stage 3, Blaney leads off the restart. And why did I feel like he pitted earlier than that?
Who?
Blaney. I don't know why. Anyways,
Well, he kind of ran it long at the start of stage 3
Yeah.
because he stayed out to win the stage.
yeah. So then also during stage 3, you have Hocevar gets spun. It doesn't bring out a caution.
Is this when McDowell spins him?
Yes.
Yeah, teammate on teammate.
Teammate on
violence. Great.
teammate violence. Another thing you love to see.
And then also, like lap 41, when Nemechek spins, he got junked by Ty Gibbs.
Yeah,
For
no.
what and why?
Ty Gibbs, I think, just has a personal vendetta against Legacy. Like, it...
I mean, that lap, he wrecks Nemechek and basically runs over Eric Jones in the same lap.
100%. Yeah.
Maybe he knows they're better than him.
That's probably it. He's like, I gotta do something here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna win a race, so I might as well just junk people.
I'm getting outclassed by Legacy Motor Club and Granddaddy Gibbs' amazing car.
Yeah.
Let's fix that.
Yeah. You also had the Busch and Hamlin contact.
Which, I have beef with the TV on that. Why are we blaming Kyle Busch for that?
Yeah.
In what world?
Yeah.
Like, it's not literally, I don't think it would. You could partially put blame on Chastain, maybe, but he also didn't, like, egregiously dive bomb in and push the 11 up. Denny basically on his podcast said, yeah, well, I could either leave Busch room and fall back, or I could leave Busch no room and keep the spot, because me and Busch also kind of had like a little run in earlier in the race, so I'm not going to cut him any slack. And he basically just says, okay, well, I put him in the wall.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean...
But then TV's like, oh, Kyle Busch should have never done that. Oh, shut up.
It's never Denny Hamlin's fault.
No, it never is.
Never.
And
Never.
even in, like, it kind of admitting that he wrecked him, he also, like, just, well, it wasn't my fault. Like, my God, is it ever?
Yeah, no, seriously. So, yeah, that was interesting for sure. So, at this point, you got SVG, who pits from the lead, along with Chastain, and Briscoe goes into P1, which doesn't last for long. And this is just kind of where SVG just kind of they out-strategied majority of the field. I mean, because there's at one point, I can't remember if it's a restart or exactly, I didn't exactly put it, but he passes Blaney, and it is just like he hit the freaking nitrous. Like, it was insane. I mean, the crowd went wild for it. Nice. Anyways, sorry, guys. Blake just knocked his phone over.
I knocked my chair over.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, Blake's stand for... I have my notes on an iPad in case you're wondering. Blake has his phone on a little tiny chair that's a phone stand.
Shout out Five Below.
Yeah, it actually works really well until it gets knocked over by Mr.
Bull in a China shop over here.
Yeah, literally. Oops. And it doesn't help that our chairs are metal and our table's metal and our mic stands are metal. But,
so, sorry for the noise.
Yeah. We also are in known world professional podcasters.
What? Crazy.
You can't tell at all that we film inside of my office.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No.
Not one bit. You can't tell that we have to break this down every single week and then rebuild it.
Yeah.
You never can tell by the camera angle changing for every episode. I'm joking. I'm messing around. Anyways, so yeah,
basically once SVG gets the lead, he leads the rest of the race.
Yeah, and I mean the margin of victory is 11.1 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing it. He's done with his burnout by the time that
Bell crosses the finish line.
Well, he's doing his burnout then, but he's like done and getting back on track when Bell's like passing him.
Yeah. No, it was just, I mean, it wasn't an all-out domination from SVG, but it was, that last stage, once he pits.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you could almost make the argument that it was like a kid playing with his food at the beginning. Like,
oh, yeah, 100%. I mean,
to an extent, it almost felt like he was saving his stuff and like feeling everybody out and trying to just out-strategy everybody, which he did.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, we're not surprised that he, wins a road course. But so you had your top 10, SVG, Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, William Byron, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, Daniel Suarez, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, and Ross Chastain. This was also the first time in Trackhouse team history that all three cars have finished in the top 10.
Yeah, which, I mean, is a short history because the three cars this year, but also they did... No, he ran Colic last year, never mind.
Yeah, but still, I mean, congrats, kudos to them. That's pretty dope. Some interesting things from this race. We'll start with the positive. SVG sets the new record for rookie to fastest to 4 victories, previously held by Tony Stewart and Jimmy Johnson. Wild.
Yeah, I mean...
Honestly. I mean, are we looking at one of, if not the best road course racer?
I mean, he's definitely in the conversation, and that in itself is wild that this early on in his career we're already saying that. But it's not a huge stretch of the imagination that he's up there with Gordon and... I mean, I'm going to sound like a homer, and I'm going to sound stupid, but Chase Elliott... I mean, he hasn't figured it out to the same level in the next-gen car because he still hasn't won a road course race, but, I mean, he just tied Chase Elliott for second with, like, what, 4 consecutive road course?
Yeah, something like that. And then speaking of Chase Elliott, on to the negative. Chase Elliott loses his top 20 streak, finishing 26. He has not finished outside the top 20 since Vegas 2024.
And everyone says, he's overrated. He's not that... Shut up.
Mr. Consistent.
I mean, in this day and age with the playoff format, okay, to an extent, yes, what he does gets very overshadowed because it's not as sexy as winning races like Larson does. But, I mean, it's two different sides of the spectrum between them.
Yeah.
Larson is going to win or wreck trying, and Chase, yes, sometimes does very much get screwed over by Allen. Yeah. But also, I feel like to an extent is just, okay, we don't have the winning car. Let's do the best we can. Come home with a good finish. You stack up top 20s in almost every race up to the playoffs. You're going to be in very good standing.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, so that's all we got for Watkins Glen. Next race, Richmond, throwing it back to the good old Austin Dillon finish. That was a wild one last year.
Are we at the point that like people should start apologizing for all the hate he got last year?
It was blown out of proportion, like
because
1,000%.
As many times as I've seen that replay this week, I will still die on the hill that, okay, was it a little much for the Logano thing? Yeah, sure. Was that something that Logano's done to other people multiple and many times in his career? Yes. Did he just absolutely clean Denny out? No. Denny wrecked himself.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Denny goes up to try to door slam the 3 because the 3 has momentum and spins himself. Yeah. But then he's going to sit there and cry and blow it out of proportions. And then also Joey Logano like almost murders Austin Dillon and Paul Swan's family on pit road.
Yep.
But nothing ever gets made of that. But Austin Dillon's the bad guy.
Yeah.
For what exactly?
I agree. I'm going to say it even though the NASCAR fan base probably wouldn't. Austin Dillon, on behalf of the NASCAR fan base, we are sorry.
Also, he should have been in the playoffs last year. That was so lame.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, it was not Sammy Smith at Martinsville this year.
No, I've seen much worse.
Like, this year in Xfinity, we've seen that just so much worse stuff. But whatever. I mean, it's old news at this point, but it's just, honestly, you go on social media and insert the blank driver name here. Hate is so forced. You see that all the time. I feel like the Austin Dillon hate is very forced.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think
what has he done to anyone?
Drives the 3.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that I feel like people like.
And I mean, maybe you could say that his whole like reality TV show thing was lame, but like he had a reality TV show.
I did not know that.
It's Life in the Fast Lane, and it was like him, his wife, kid. And then Paul Swan, his wife. And
I did not know that. That's
Lily
hilarious.
Loved it. It was actually not a bad show. And also, I mean, who else in NASCAR was going to have a reality show other than him?
True. I mean, he's also been one that he was on, what was it called? The Crew on
Blaney.
Netflix. Yeah, Blaney was on there too.
That very funny.
That is. I never finished that show. I need to get back.
It's not good.
Well, okay. Anyways, so every week we do some paint schemes. We talk about them. We talk about our favorite. We talk about our least favorite. This week, we do not share any that are favorite or least favorite. So you guys are real lucky.
Also, this week is hands down, top to bottom of the board, the worst paints. Well, we had somebody comment. They're like, it's not even paint. The worst liveries of the year.
Liveries, wraps, whatever. Yeah.
Paint schemes.
Shut up.
Cry.
Yeah. Shut up.
Harder.
Please do.
Build a bridge.
Keep commenting. It's good for the algorithm.
Yes.
But anyways, Blake, what you got for your least favorite?
Justin Haley's Gainbridge Super League car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rough.
Yeah. No,
there were also... This was a week that I had the most in the running for least favorite, I think,
I agree.
Whole year.
My least favorite, I went with Mr. Goldwheel's Cody Ware, the Arrowhead, whatever this is.
That's the one that I, in Mexico, was like, this... No, I kind of like it, so that's why.
No, I didn't like it. It looks dumb. The gold and green together just does not look good at all. Blake, what you got for your favorite for this week? This is actually a good pick, I think.
Yeah. Daniel Suarez, Quaker State.
Yeah.
I mean, that car is awesome.
That is. That's the thing. I mean, you guys know I'm partial to Quaker State with my wife's grandpa working for them and everything. I love this car. It is a cool car for sure.
I mean, it has a lot of color. It's busy, but it's not over busy. It also, if I'm not confusing it with other ones, shows a nod to his Hispanic heritage.
Yes, I believe it does.
It just works so well together.
Yeah. So my favorite for this week, none other than Ryan Blaney's body armor car. I love this car. This is probably my favorite body armor car that has been done.
That's an insane take.
The matte black just looks dope. Like, I really hope that the mock-up or whatever that they put up will transfer to the actual car, because I really do like this car. I think it's cool. I think there are not enough matte black cars in NASCAR, because this is the thing. I loved Suarez's backup car at Mexico. Dude, I thought it looked dope.
I was going to pre-order the race win but I refused because I did not want the matte black car.
That's why I would want it. I thought it looked cool.
And I think that's the reason that I don't like Blaney's cars, because it feels like they wrecked a really cool body armor car and then just took the logos and slapped it on a plain black car that they rolled out of the trailer.
I think it looks cool. This one is my favorite. I love this one. I'm not going to say it's my favorite body armor car that has existed, but it's up there. It's really cool.
I'll have to educate him on all the good ones when the podcast is over.
I know a lot of the good ones. I am a Blaney fan.
Well, I'm talking about like pre-next gen too.
For body armor?
Yeah.
I didn't know body armor sponsored before next gen. Okay. Anyways, that's all we got on paint schemes for this week. On to our next gen winners in the past. 2022, you had Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick. 2023, you had Larson, you had Buescher. 2024, you had Denny Hamlin, and then you had Austin Dillon in the fall, which is we just talked about that. We don't need to go over it again. We don't have to
rehash that one.
So, we got Truck and we got Cup racing this weekend. This is a Saturday night race. I'm excited about this. And we actually do have a pretty cool announcement coming right after this in regards to next week's episode. Yeah, no, I did. You're the one that had to set all this up, basically.
Yes, I am.
So, Trucks, we already know you picked Corey Heim.
Hey.
Anyways, who did you pick? I'll let you say it.
Corey Heim.
There we go.
If we go, okay, we'll get a counter.
How many times you've picked
Corey?
Corey?
How many times you've picked Corey Heim, too, because you're like, I picked the boring one this week. Normally, if we go off of my track record in history, Richmond's a short track. I'd be like, Lane Riggs.
Okay, fair point. I mean, I made the interesting pick.
I picked Lane Riggs, too.
So, I went with Ty Majeski. He has pretty decent odds for this week.
Yeah.
I
don't like Ty Majeski.
I have no reason not to like him or like him.
He's
but
fine.
I think that that's who I'm picking, just mainly because I don't want to pick Corey Heim again, even though I know he's going to win. Who you got for... You want me to go first on Cup? Because I think yours is a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Cup, I'm going with Chase Briscoe. I think the boy's on a hot streak. I think he's going to win this race. JGR cars are typically pretty good at Richmond, so...
I was about to say, the JGR part is a little the boring pick, but picking Briscoe cancels it out.
Yeah, 100%. But who you got?
Ryan Preece. I'm going to go with somebody else who I feel like, if you kind of just forget that Watkins Glen existed, was on a hot streak.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's not a bad pick.
He was shaping up to, if everything fell right at Iowa, to be in contention.
Yeah,
he showed good speed there.
This has been everybody's favorite quote is he's a short track guy this season.
I was literally about to say that.
I knew you were about to. That's why I went ahead and put it in. But
I had to fight myself away from picking Bowman. I do think he is somebody to look out for.
Yeah, I know.
I've picked. He's let me down too many times this year. When I want to make interesting pick, and I pick Bowman based off of track record and whatnot, it just doesn't pan out.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
Come back next week when Alex Bowman wins, and I'm gonna.
Yeah. So basically, you'd say if we were on Zip It Up, you would be saying he'd be your long shot pick,
or my Hendrick pick.
Your Hendrick pick.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So on to our big announcement.
Justin got fired.
No,
I'm kidding.
We are doing Blake. I will be on vacation next week. A much needed rest and relaxation. Not from the podcast, but just from life in general.
Mr. Grandpa's going down to the Florida Keys to play golf and drink alcohol out of a coconut with all his other old people.
I'm going to sit there with a cold Miller Lite out of my Yeti cooler.
With a lime?
With a lime. Cannot forget that.
Can't forget it.
Can't forget it. And Blake will be joined by none other than Mr. Daniel Cozy. Cozy. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. My bad. Sorry, Daniel. From Zip It Up Podcast, and we'll be doing a collab episode with him recapping Richmond.
So hopefully you like me.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't listen to it just for me. I really hope not. Yeah, so it'll be Blake and Daniel next week for the Checkered Chat and Zip It Up.
You know, big week for me. I will now be taking over all social medias, and I will be responsible
It's the Blake
for the
takeover for the podcast, for social and the podcast itself. So things will look a little different next week, but like I won't be here. The sexy mustache won't be here.
You will not see this room.
Yeah, no, you won't. You'll I don't know what Blake's gonna do, but I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for it.
I'll figure it out next Wednesday.
Yeah, once y'all put it up, I'll go and watch it for sure.
I hope so.
I mean, I gotta check over and make sure it's good, you know. Anyways, no, it'll be awesome. We did a collab with Daniel and Zip It Up. When was that? That was after. It was before the.
It was.
Before the Coca-Cola 600.
It was between the All-Star race and the Coke 600.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. You guys can check it out on everywhere that we put stuff out on.
Can't forget about Audible.
Can't forget about it. And I think that's a perfect spot to wrap it up for this week. Anyways, this has been the Checkered Chat. I'm Justin.
Say goodbye to Justin. I'm Blake.
I'll be back the next week. I promise. I will. Yes, you know, after Daytona, looking into the playoffs. Yeah. It's going to be a fun week.
If you listened this far into the podcast, comment on all of the social medias next week. No, we missed Justin.
Yeah.
Why did he get fired?
Make Blake want to rehire me, even though neither of us are paid for this at all. We are so far in the negatives with this podcast, it's not even fun. No, I'm joking.
We're in the red.
And we need Black Friday to get here.
It's going downhill. We're sinking.
Anyways. We're going to wrap it up for this week. Like I said, I'm Justin. That's Blake. This has been the Checkered Chat. You guys can follow us Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Check out the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. You can follow all the likes, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And you can't forget about Audible, the most important one that we're on.
That everyone listens to.
Everybody listens to it on there. Can't forget about it. Just like you can't forget about a lime in your Miller Lite. Anyways, we will see you guys next week. Bye. We were about to go off the rails there.
I was about to have to get really trimmed and edited.